Hi YouTube, this is Cyril here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about another episode of the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, and we'll be discussing about the LD that I pulled recently, particularly Ace and Quistis, and maybe a little bit about Bartz as well. So yeah, I haven't been doing commentary as of late because I have been really busy with life and work schedule, so I apologize for that, and hopefully I can get my next recording done during the stream to talk about my pool plans for the upcoming one. But yeah, so let's get started. So about Ace, I think he's actually quite unique. Why do I say that? Because he actually landed a debuff called Whole Card, and to make it easy, I would say that this Whole Card debuff is actually like a closed card debuff. And to open it, you can either let the boss take a turn, or you can apply another whole card debuff on it, and that way it'll turn into blind start for 6 turns. So for the next 6 turns, regardless of whether the boss is taking the turn or you're taking the turn, for every action take, he'll be activating his blind card debuff, which deal very good damage honestly to both of the enemy if both of them has the blind start debuff on. So he's a very unique case where he can work really well with turn hoggers like Titus, but at the same time he can also work really good with as an off-turn damage dealer with like Leon or Galoof or maybe even Gladiolus. I particularly enjoy using him a lot because of how flexible he is in the team. He's a damage dealer for sure, but he can also work really well with, like I said, off-turn or turn hoggers. He doesn't really have to let the enemy take turns for his damage to be applied on, and that part is very interesting. And he has a very unique EX buff where he actually grants 4 different random effects. It's not particularly something I would pay too much attention to, but the best one it's probably going to be the red or the yellow one, which provides the party the attack, which is probably the most useful one for himself. So Ace BT buff is particularly unique. It's like Bartz because he needs 3 stacks to gain the maximum effect, but unlike Bartz though, in the sense that you want his BT effect to expire, because by doing so he'll be using his finishing move, which is called We Are Right Here. It's a huge bravery plus HP dump 3 times, and each time the bravery retains after each HP dump, so it's a very devastating attack. So I would say that letting it expire is not a very bad move in this case. So yeah, as a whole though, I think Ace is very interesting. Even though his damage is based off traps, but he can work really well with either a damage dealer that deals off-turn damage, or even a damage dealer that turn hogs like Titus. So he sort of works a little bit similar to Core in that sense, where he can just work well with any kind of team. He doesn't actually has a specific team or a specific team composition for him to excel. And although he doesn't deal the most damage on his turn itself, he actually deals a lot of damage off turn. So in that sense, you can really count on him to be your main damage dealer. Yeah, so Ace, I really enjoy him unexpectedly, seriously, because I never wanted to green him, but I guess I got into the hype, and after using him quite a while, I say that he's definitely worth the green. Yep. Okay, so moving on, next we'll be talking about Bartz BT plus effect. Previously, we all knew that he actually provides bravery refund after every HP dump to the party at 3 stacks. But right now, he gained more than that. With the BT plus, he can actually enchant Wind Elemental right now, so he doesn't need Fujin Calls any longer. And at 3rd stacks, he can actually provide a Brave Gain Aura, which is very important, especially in Lufenia Plus era where the Brave Gain is severely cut. So he and Porum and of course Agris will work really well in that sense. So Bartz is just Aura Overflow. He's like the king of Aura bots right now if you actually BT plus him. So I'll say he's a very worthwhile investment. He's definitely one of the best BT plus in this early stage of Lufenia Plus. So if you want to make things easy, I would say that doing that BT plus his weapon is definitely a good choice. But of course, when spending your resources, you might only want to spend on units that you really want to use or really like to use. So Bartz BT is different with Ace, like I mentioned. You want his BT effect to not expire, because by expiring, you will have to regain 3 stacks by going to 3 turns again, so it's not really particularly a smart choice in that sense. So you want to use his BT first to set up his skill 1, skill 2, EX and LD buff, and then you will use his BT plus to upkeep to maintain the BT effect so that it doesn't expire and won't have to restart all the way up to do the first stack again. So yeah, he's different, completely different from Ace in their BT and BT plus usage. Okay, so moving on to our last unit. Today we'll be talking about Quistis. I'm skipping Prompto, so I wouldn't want to comment too much on how he works because I didn't use him a lot, so I might not know how to explain him properly, so I'll skip that in that sense. So next will be our delay queen, Quistis. Okay, so people actually ask in Facebook that they want to know how Quistis is important to the team, or what exactly is so good about Quistis. Okay, so for those who doesn't know, so the best unique part about Quistis is with her LD buff, she ignores any form of delay resistance. So every time you saw this delay frame buff, like in Sid Reign's Lufenia, or the Medusa one, or even Alexander, she can just ignore them, ignore their delay immunity, and just do what she does best. And her skill 2 is now instant instant turn if you gave her the weapon passive, which delay the target by 3 turns, which is very good against single target, and even with multiple enemies, it's not really a big issue because her LD actually refunds her skill 2, so you can actually gain more usage of your skill itself. She originally had 5 skill usage, including 3 of her LD, she got 8, and her additional ability also recovers the skill 2 as well, so in total of 9 skill 2 should be enough for you to delay the enemy long enough for you to end the stage before the enemy get any turns. She can also spam her skill 1 relatively to do an AoE 1 turn delay. Her EX though is actually not very good in the sense that it's just there to upkeep her buff, so that will change during the C90 upgrades, but it might be taking a while. Yep, and the best part about Quistis is she also provides a new aura of Brave gain by 20%, which is really good because all of her skills actually batteries party, so she's becoming more reliable as a support and as a battery itself. And I'm really looking forward to using her with Selfie, as we know that Selfie's delay, the launches is gonna be insanely good. So looking forward to it. I'll be bluing Quistis and Selfie's armor when I get enough resources to do so, because initially I wasn't planning to blue Ace, he wasn't part of my plan, so yeah. Right now I'm a little bit lacking in that resources, but I'll definitely try to collect enough to blue Quistis and Selfie. Looking forward to that. Alright, so that's pretty much summing up the topic I'll be talking about in this video today, and I'll be putting up my pool plans video maybe tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. I will see how it goes. Alright, so thank you again for watching. I'm a little bit sorry about my weak ass voice right now. I'm a little bit sick in that sense. Hopefully I can leave a little bit insight on how a particular character's LD work, and hopefully I didn't miss out anything. If I do, please let me know in the comments down below. And thank you again for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. Alright, thank you again, and I'll see you next time.